Wolverine 59-1 of Gimmick X here. So, I'm gonna turn on the light just in case. There we go. Let me try to stand up the. There we go. So, okay, I just read this article right now, where Marc Guggenheim, yeah, he was, um, I know it was kind of, an expo or something, but he talked about, Laurel Lance, what they did to her, which I'm glad me and the Mack had actually talked about it. So, here we go. Here we go. This is kind of a long quote, okay? The death of Laurel, honestly, it was in my call. The thing that will change Laurel's fate, honestly, was it could be Twitter. I don't know if I believe that or not, but to be honest. Cause, cause like, yeah. What would change it was if we had known that we were gonna go on for 4 more years. Had we known that the show was reaching its midpoint, I don't think Laurel would have been killed off. But at the same time, we always saw the show as a 5-year show. It didn't occur to us that was going to go beyond that. So, I think if we're talking about Hindsight being 2020, I think it's a greater factor. Season 4 is probably my least favorite of all of the seasons. In large part, there were things that, in hindsight, we didn't work. Oh, just didn't work, sorry. And things that shouldn't have necessarily tried. Oh, so, like, I don't know, having Felicity and Oliver be the overall love interest of the whole show. Like, um, I mean, okay, um, um, on one hand, I'm glad that he's addressing this, but at the same time, it's like, this, like, I still remember, like, the whole social media reaction. I hadn't watched the episode yet, and because I have my DVR, I'm like, okay, I'll get to it when I get to it. And yeah, I saw the social media reaction. I saw what was going on comic book resources. I'm like, okay, what was going on? And so when I finally got to do it, preparing my notes and everything, it out of nowhere happened, and I was upset. And even the way that they did it made me upset, because here I thought, I mean, I love Emily Bett and everything, but how they wrote Felicity later on, like, I didn't like how Felicity was later on. I liked how Felicity was way back in season 1 and 2, even 3, halfway. But for them to go, okay, we're gonna take off Laurel and Felicity could be the love interest. And it's like, no, I want the comic book Green Arrow, Black Canary romance, and you can't give us that. Okay, let me go on with this, because, I'm sorry, it just upsets me. It does. I think there are some incredibly strong episodes in season 4, don't get me wrong. There are some episodes that I think are really great episodes of Arrow. But overall, as a season, I think the idea to try and lighten tone, it was a true to the show. I mean, we kind of wanted a Green Arrow where he is kind of the funny guy, but overall, like, we saw where Oliver was. Oliver, he he was on the island for 5 years. Well, then they kind of stretch out. It was only like 3 years, but overall, throughout the flashbacks, like you knew he had to endure what he had to endure in order to become Green Arrow. I mean, what I did like though is when you watch the episode where he there's like a party where he acts like he's an escaped prisoner. and, and it's like, okay, yeah, that would be Oliver right then there. Like they kept some parts, but overall he was like the how am I supposed to? He, I mean, okay, might as well just say he was like Batman, but yeah, but the Dark Knight and how grounded that was—that's what made the show great. But for him to pair up with Barry, the Flash, the Legend, Supergirl, it wasn't like he wasn't gonna be going up against something like that. And with how season 3 was, like season 3, we definitely had to have Ra's al Ghul at some point. Plain and simple. Damien Dark, I I don't know. Okay, so anyway, because in the first 3 seasons it had been so dark, like I said. And bear in mind, a lot of tone for Arrow is very different from a lot of tone from most shows. We still ended in a mid-season finale where Felicity was attacked, and Felicity being I don't know if YouTube will want me to say this part, but you know what happens to her. She kind of became like Oracle, um, Barbara Gordon. Yeah. I do wish that we approached the whole storyline differently. I will say I loved the season finale, season 4. We wanted to do an epic battle with a lot of extras like season 2. That felt like the end of The Dark Knight Rises, and I feel like we succeeded that. There's a lot of groundwork that's done to introduce the Atom, Ray Palmer, and that I think worked extremely well. Like I said, there are individual episodes like the finale again being a good example, but when you do 8 seasons of television, not every season could be perfect. Okay, I get that part, but Mark, Mr. Guggenheim. Here's the issue that we've had. Okay, you didn't do like how the comics would. I mean, you just took away Laurel and added Felicity to being the love interest, and it wasn't. It felt forced. Okay, it felt extremely forced. It did. It wasn't like for anybody who will say, "Oh no, they would have been over Laurel. They would be horrible together." No, because here's the thing. Because part of the show was redemption. So we would have had Laurel go through forgiving Oliver for what he did. Then later on, he becomes he becomes her love interest along with his. We will have had it, and we will have seen them go through the trials and tribulations of being Green Arrow and Black Canary. Plain and simple. But we didn't get that, and that's how I felt so cheated with it. Like, I actually was wondering whether or not we have to. I mean, should I be watching the show? But I was watching it nonetheless. And again, feeling cheated out of it, like, even if, I'm sorry, my dog's barking, but I just want to finish this point. Um, I really wanted Flashpoint to undo season 4. I really want them to do season 4, and then, just make it Laurel's alive. We have the payoff of Oliver and Laurel being together. So then we will have the wedding and everything. Perfect. Just perfect. But we didn't. Now it's like, seriously, like, I really want to watch the season 4 Blu-ray, the third disc, and I just, like, part of me is like, I gotta get through it. The other part's like, it's gonna really like, I'm give up. Why? I mean, seriously, and it's nothing on Emily Bett Rickards as an actress. I love her, but the way that they wrote her was not good at all. So, yeah. Be sure to like, comment, share, subscribe, click the notify bell. New subscribers get a shout out in the next video. And Mack, I gotta see what my dog's barking at. Wolverine 59, one of Gamers X is signing out with large card. Have a good one.